Hello and welcome to Software Installation / Deployment Unit SCCM in the Help Desk course. In this unit, we are going to be talking about where to learn SCCM skills, why it is important, why we are teaching this, and where we are going to help you, the new IT professionals, where to focus and where not to focus. So this is going to be the video, the outcome of this video, kind of like a lecture. So the first thing we should understand that why we should learn about SCCM. So let's jump into the real world example. There is a position available, desktop support agent for technical side. And you can see right here, SCCM is named, but there's a very important thing in SCCM. It says SCCM remote tools. So to give you a little bit idea about SCCM, first, we can just jump into the Microsoft definition of it. You can go to Microsoft and type it. It basically enables employees to work anywhere on the device that they choose. Deploy, manage Windows is easier than ever before. New improvement, including support, latest Windows 10 features, Windows 10 in-place upgrades, stuff like that. It can deploy applications. It can manage machines. It can do inventory. It's a full in management system where you can have it inside your company or you can run it on the cloud, and then you can manage all of your devices from it. It's a very big software. To give you a little bit idea of SCCM and how powerful this is, that when I was teaching this video about deployment, I came across another YouTuber, and basically it was a really nice conversation with them, and you can see right here the conversation started from the why learn about software deployment for help desk. And just to quickly go through it, basically they're saying that these skills are pretty good, the deployment skills should be taught, and that's how they can grow in their career, the IT professionals. But here it says appreciated, would like to know would let you know that SCCM admin in the US can easily make over 100K. I have some of individuals working for me that makes well over 120K, which is a pretty good amount, a really good amount. So they're not recruiting, that's the point right there. Just wanted to share that what I deal on a daily basis. So thank you so much, BB Tech Videos, for this. And I think you sent a comment that you want to do collaboration. We want to ask these questions. We want to ask this question: how did these people get into these jobs, like SCCM type of jobs, if somebody's interested? But I want to tell my members who are watching this video and taking this course that this is not to point you to become a SCCM admin now, because that's not going to happen. If you're going to be getting into IT career, you're not going to be making 120K realistically like that. These people are professionals, they have experience, and there's a route that they have took to become this type of specific specialist in this area. So that's something I'm going to try to see if they can do the interview with me, and then we will share that interview in the same unit, and then we can ask them questions about how did they get to this point. So, but I showed you why it is important for you as a help desk person, because people are asking about SCCM. I can pick another title from here, and you can see another one, imaging SCCM. I can go on and on and on. Of course, not everybody has SCCM because I put SCCM in the help desk, but that just tells you the power of this skill, or the tool, that if you know about SCCM, that's another way to make your resume look good. Number one, remember that one of my videos that people do use automation, and they have a system where they can see these keywords. SCCM is found. Let me take you and look for a little bit more, and then when human sits in front of it, when they check it, they say, okay, they know about SCCM a lot, and we are using SCCM. This person can be very beneficial to our team. I mean, a person who's getting 120K, and now a person who's going to be getting a 60K, but he still know a lot. So maybe in their mind, they're using you as a backup. Maybe tomorrow they will give you a raise, and that's how people grow in IT. This is all about that. So I hope you understand the idea behind this, why this is so important. But then a lot of people will be like, okay, let's just get in and let's just start learning. No, that's not going to happen in these type of courses. Like I said, it requires a lot of resources, it requires a lot of skills, and other than that, in a realistic world, it is not set up that way. So how it is set up, basically the way it works in a realistic world is that you do have either a cloud system like this, and let's say this is your company, and all the devices are like right here. Let's say these are devices, and this is SCCM, let's say cloud version, and an admin will be configuring all of this. And remember that in one of those jobs it says remote tools, and this person will just give you access to remote tools from one of the systems right here or in the cloud, and then you start managing all these machines, but you will have very minimum access to just remote into these machines. That's just one specific feature. Or maybe internally there's a server, let's say there's no cloud, and all these, there's a one server, and then they install all these installations is done, they spend all these resources, and everything is configured nicely, and again sysadmin is controlling this area, and then they will give you similarly another just like that remote feature option, and then now you are managing all these machines. So that's where you can't do these in our labs, because it requires all that setup. It can't just be a standalone thing. You can just deploy it in like PDQ or like other softwares that are a little easier to install. That's why it is not, we're not teaching this in that detail, because it's a total different career then, and we don't want to spend that time. We're just interested in where we can actually go and do these things. If you're interested, where would you go? That could be another question from you. So in the channel, the BB Tech videos, if you go there, and I do not get sponsored by any channels. I see if the content is very much related to our content and they have a very detailed content, then I will share it. And that's what they did. So if you have BB Tech videos, if you go to that channel, you can see they have playlist. So in playlist, if you go there, you see the SCCM training configuration manager training for beginners. I like that when they put the beginners in there, because they will teach you everything from the beginning and what is required from you. So if you click on it, and you can see the first video is about how to set up your environment, and it will require you to get something like, for example, VMware vSphere 6.7, and we are using this in our systems, and we're not giving that for free either, because these things are very expensive. It requires server, it requires resources, RAM, memory, all that kind of stuff. It requires that for you to be able to do something like this, because it's going to be multiple servers. So they're showing you that if you have these resources, you can do everything in home. You can set up the whole SCCM lab. If you want to learn this in very detail, then this would be your place to come and just take these courses, take these videos and apply it on your own machines. Or you can come and get a server from us, just like any other cloud systems. You can go to the cloud, like Google Cloud, Amazon, or Azure, but they're very expensive, and that's why people, that's why we basically provide these type of solution to make it a little easier for people to, if you don't want to buy a server, then you just rent a server from us, and then you can do all these things, which you will learn in our help desk course. But I wanted to quickly share that if you're interested in knowing every single thing about SCCM, then this would be your route, and hopefully we get them so we can get more information from them. But okay, now what about premium members? Premium members say, okay, I'm not interested in installing all of this stuff. I just want to learn the things that is going to be more concerned as a help desk. Like, what would I want to learn? What should I do? So the best thing for you is that as a premium member, you have access to premium labs. So when you log into your premium labs, then you can basically come here and type system. And when you type system, you see that you have few options. One, if you don't see the SCCM labs, then you can show retired titles. But let's say you think that, okay, the retired labs may go away. What lab is the current lab that I can just go in and start working on SCCM? Then it's going to be this lab, configuring and deploying a private cloud with a system center. Now this is a totally different side, this is a totally different certification, but we're interested in resources. So all of that things that you see on the YouTube channel where you have to configure everything and use the resources or buy the resources for, you don't have to do that. If you're following our courses, you can just come here and then let's say follow one of the videos. After this video is going to be a technical video, how to basically learn the application deployment. So you're going to come here and then click on PLab, this one or P-Lab S01, and you can see the System Center 2012 R2 is already installed. We will talk about how you are going to get access to this, and then how you're going to go to the software library. In the software library, you will install, let's say, 7-zip. How do you deploy that? Some of the things. So basic, very basic level, and this is where you're going to be focusing on, and we're going to tell you that this is where you're going to be kind of like learning at the basic level. But let's say you're interested in a full learning in the lab environment. The retired lab doesn't mean that they went away. You can just say, okay, show me the labs, and then you can basically come here and type system, and you can see that the labs are still available to you. So for example, if you come here, administer and deploying System Center 2012 configuration manager, this would be kind of like similar to what you will be learning from this channel. Basically the playlist that I showed you is exactly the same thing, but probably more detail, more in a learning side of it, because you're going to see screenshots and everything like that. So if you click on it, then it's going to be like this. So you're going to see all of that planning systems, deploying application, monitoring application, creating and monitoring. All of that stuff is available with us in your premium access. So like I said, at the end, I want to basically make this very clear that this is not something you should be focusing too much if you're going to have this position. But at the same time, you should learn deploying application, doing some inventory, and how to use the remote tool, which is going to be another section when we talk about remote troubleshooting and remoting in skills. We're going to teach you this stuff. So don't worry about it. Do not get confused. Don't think that you need to be making 120K at this point right now. You should be focusing on the entry-level position. And I hope that we get someone from the BB channel, so then they can explain their playlist and talk about that career also. How can the help desk then move into these type of careers? And that will be a really nice video. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in another technical video of SCCM, where I will share how to do the deployments and stuff like that.